think I missed a few things when all the chaos happened. No problems, just Pro Mods. I'm sure Pro Mods works absolutely fine. I think this is either Rust map or, like I say, the integration with Pro Mod. The question is, what do we do about it? There are sections of this road here that are broken. I wonder if it's Rust map that's caused that then. Maybe that's fine when Rust map isn't working. At the moment, it feels to me like Rust map has come in here and just smashed this town up. It's like broken this and broken that road. It's kind of done stuff to this. Yeah, exactly. It's like just some overlapping city. I think I'm going to have to just go to the destination and hopefully we can get out of it up here. It's probably the better way of handling it. Because the only other viable alternative is to just uninstall Rust map. Actually, I might have to look at this. It's well broken. Yeah, that's definitely... Okay, let's get rid of Rust map. It's clearly got an issue. It doesn't like playing ball with Pro Mods. Caution road not found, yeah. It's definitely... I think the Rust map probably works on its own, but whoever converted it to 135 didn't test it against Pro Mods. And it clearly doesn't work with Pro Mods. Good to know.
Happy anniversary.
Right, let's get rid of that. Get rid of those. Should do it. It's probably going to reset the job and everything. The one by GMT Avares is working better. I didn't realize there were two different versions of it, Chris. But again, like maybe they just haven't tested it with Pro Mods. You're missing the road connection, that's all. I'm not sure there was no file for that in the pack, Jersek, I don't think. Any advice for people starting university tomorrow? Yeah. The first few days is like critical that you meet people. And it's very difficult, particularly if you're like an introvert, kind of like quiet kind of person. Like you really need to just come out your shell and try and talk to people on those first few days. Because by the end of the first week, people have started to sort of coagulate together and it becomes much harder then. So meet people on your course, sit next to people and talk to people. Just do that. And then meet people, if you're in halls of residence, meet people there, but just talk to people. Because it's like, if you don't make friends at university, it's very, very difficult time to get through. Very difficult. So you've got to make the effort in the first few days. Apart from that, once you've got some friends, you'll enjoy it. But if you're in a halls of residence, then knock on the guy next door, knock on his door and just say hi. Yeah, just chat with him. Say, oh, do you want to go down for dinner or whatever? Just chat. You may not get on in the long run, but you know, you've got to start somewhere. If you're in an accommodation block, everybody meets in the kitchen. So keep going to the kitchen and just talk to people. That's the best way of doing it. And if there's any like organized things, you know, to help people meet, go to them as well. The worst thing you can do is just sit in your room and wait a week for the lessons to start. That's the worst thing you can do. Yeah, I'm not going to mess about with the JSEC. I'll just make it work. Is the audio quieter than normal? No, it's not. Level bars are absolutely where they should be. Turn your volume up. Should you mention your truck when chatting with said roommate? I don't know. That's part of the challenge of meeting somebody new anyway, is you've got to work out, you know, what their interests are and whether they overlap with yours. That's literally the whole thing of meeting people. So your flatmates were keen flight simmers. Yeah, I mean, if the planets line up like that, perfect. I mean, the guys that I met in the first year. I mean, I met a bunch of guys in the first year, but after a few months, I ended up switching to another group that I met because one of the guys was on the same course as me, and I'd seen him in the halls of residence where I was. He was on the same block, but a different floor. So I got talking to him. Then we sat next to each other in classes, and then we got chatting that way. And he'd already met up with the guy next door to him, who was, what was he doing? I think he was doing some kind of medicine or whatever. And he'd met somebody else who was doing accountancy. And the four of us ended up in a shared accommodation in a house together for the second year. So you don't know where it's going to lead, basically. But yeah, if you can meet somebody on your course that's in the same halls of residence as you, even better.
Turn right. Right turn ahead. Turn right.
Roadwolf, I see things before the release, so I can't comment on your question. If you ask somebody a question that you know can see pre-release stuff, and you ask them, do you know what the next thing to be released is? Well, they can't answer, can they? I don't know where Paulie is, HSD. Like, I tweeted him about 2 weeks ago. And, just said, like, I thought you'd stop making skins. And he's like, no, I've just been busy doing other stuff. I was like, okay. Dave, mate, 4. The first week of uni, go to all the freshers events, show your face. You never know, you may even end up having a friend for life or even meet a school fan. Exactly. You just don't know. You don't know.
Left turn ahead.
Curioso, if you can't find a charging cable, then we shall see you next time. Okay, well, Captain Flint, yes, I know what the next release is going to be. Of course I do. 182 Jacob.
Turn left.
Thank you for 2 years, sir. Golden Acorn time. Thank you very much for 2 years. Oh, this is the yard who leaves a mess. Seriously, what kind of yard manager would leave the yard like this? It's Jeff's fault. Is it Jeff? Is Jeff the yard manager now? Wow, did he get promoted? I didn't know. Can't see very much in those mirrors. So, I've got a feeling there's a log right underneath the trailer, so as you reverse into it, the truck pitches up and you can't actually hitch the trailer. So GG to the map developer for putting logs all over the trailer pickup point, because that's just epic fail right there. Epic fail. Well done. I think it was a disgruntled employee who got fired and then just went around the yard scattering pieces of wood in a big hissy fit. MK Dons, thank you for 35. Thomas Hodson, thank you for everybody's.
Turn right.
Well, if that's an SCS prefab, then that's an epic fail as well. Because you're better off not having logs where you have to reverse into a trailer. Rush fam going well, sir. Speaking of Rush, Ty, have you heard from Rush at all? Just completely gone AWOL. It's a rain mod, Micard.
Right turn ahead. Turn right.
Sounds like Life has been... I didn't even know he had a YouTube. Life has been giving him lemons. I thought he'd already had a massive bad run. What on earth could go more wrong?
Go straight on.
Do you know where you can get a good streaming deck? Do you mean the Elgato Stream Deck, or do you mean something else, James? I'm not really sure what you mean, sir. Also recovered from all that. Right. That guy's going to win the lottery one day. He must do. His like negative luck has got to be compensated at some point by a huge amount of positive luck.
Left turn ahead. Turn left.
Use secret minds to change the location in mods because you're draining my SSD space. Yeah, the downside is that it's going to load slower. I mean, SSDs are quite cheap these days.
Keep right. Then turn right. Turn right.
Dude, I would love to do that. I'd love to run Cat 5 all the way through my house. I managed to put Cat 5 in 3 of the bedrooms, but not the 4th one. I should really do that at some point. But I don't have Cat 5 downstairs. Problem is like when you've got laminate floor or something like that, it's very hard to run Cat 5 cabling without it being visible. Dude, come on. Run a flat cable. I don't think I've seen a flat Cat 5 cable, Whiteland, to be honest. Is that shielded or unshielded? Is that designed to sit underneath the laminate floor? Screwfix do mini trunking, which looks pretty good. Oh, you mean like trunking against the wall? You have a flat Cat 6A cable. Interesting. Trouble is, I'd have to take the laminate floor up to fit it now, which I'm not going to do. Let me guess, Dave. What you mean wireless? You don't think flat is possible? The spec calls for shielded twisted pair, doesn't it? I don't know. I mean, Dre's saying he's got a flat 6A. I don't know how you can shield a flat cable. Yeah, most houses in the UK don't have a basement though. It's completely unlike Boston. Ah, I see, Dave. I see, I see. So you have a skirting board that has a removable panel. I like that. I like that a lot, Dave. That's actually a nice solution. The only issue is when you get to a door frame, Dave. Like, you still have to pop out of the skirting board, and how do you get under the door? But I like the solution for running around the room. That's really perfect. So it's almost fantastic. You didn't realise how many people here were part of the Flat Earther net. Lol. Don't think I'd go under the door runner, Dave. Dry. Move the door facing and put it behind that. I'm not following that.
Keep left.
The Dane, I don't see a resub from you. I see Jack the Lot, which is a new sub from AN4211. Wait, what's going on with this sat nav? Elmwick for 2 months, best trucking Steam. Jack Sims, 62 months, hello from the not so fun, so sunny South End. Well, you're not far away from me now, so I know what the weather's like. BRH, welcome back. Schmo, 35 months. MK Don's 35. No, I can't see one from you, Dane.
Keep right. Then turn right.
You did your house through the walls, but we used... This is the
Turn right.
new house, so we'll probably just go through the walls to the next room, rather than go through doors and things. Yeah, that's probably the way I'd do it, I think, Dave. Like you say, just drill a hole through the wall and just go from skirting board to skirting board and route it that way. Let me tell you, Jack Sims, South End can get battered by rain sometimes, like a lot. All is well, Mr. Smudge. People in Europe don't run power line plugs. We do have them, but I don't know how many they support, you know?
Go around the roundabout, second exit. Take the exit.
Yeah, that slip road was stupidly narrow. Blackmot the dog just had a bath and he's going absolutely berserk around the house. One of my favourite things ever. Oh my god. Is that everything getting soaking wet right now? Edge plinth block. The Edge MDF plinth block is designed to create an elegant transition between your skirting board and an architrave. The plinth block is fitted at the base of the architrave to ensure a tidy join with the skirting boards and architrave meet.
Go around the roundabout, third exit.
That's something I've never heard of.
Take the exit.
Happy anniversary, Nata.
One second. That's better. Are you getting the new taxi sim? I have never heard of the new taxi sim. please explain what that's all about then. Is it just some gimmicky kind of taxi sim, or is it something serious?
Go around the roundabout, first exit.
No idea where these guys are going.
Take the exit.
Hey Sven, how you doing, sir? The wheel comes a bit off center. It actually looks like it slipped. I don't know what it is. Because I didn't tighten this up. There we go. You started college 2 weeks ago and you're studying mobility now. Oh, enjoy, sir. Dave, why do you do that? You write a sentence and you randomly capitalize a word. Is that to try and get my attention? Like, you just write an entire sentence out and then 1 or 2 of the words will just be capital letters. There's the log anyway, somebody wants to see the log. Well, why do you do it then? That's not autocorrect. It isn't autocorrect to capital letters. Well, I was playing Pro Mods and Rust maps then until we started to see lots of issues, so I've disabled Rust map, just gone straight back to Pro Mods. Not necessarily, Mickard. I read lots of things that I don't read out, but it's not the first time Dave's done that. He does that a lot, I've noticed. As if that balloon would be up in the sky, with a sky like that. Your phone automatically corrects to caps. Ah, yeah, if it's an abbreviation or like an acronym, yeah, that's fine. Like if you put IBM because it's a company, it'll probably capitalize it to IBM capital. That makes sense.
Welcome back, Nato.
Oh, Jens, there was a joke there, sir. You should have. There was a joke though. You should have said, "I always have autocorrect off though," and spelt something incorrectly.
Happy
Keep
anniversary.
right.
Truck and Neil, thank you for 34 months. How does it work to correct man to man on MAN? Probably just man because it's a word, whereas IBM isn't.
Keep left.
I wonder if there's a photo up there. It's different to the usual photos, that one. Wait, you said keep left? Glass trailer. Kazo, have a good night. Tyler in Vancouver, welcome back.
Go straight on.
You don't trust autocorrect, fair enough. Network 17, you don't, no need to apologise. I realise that you can't be here every stream. It's absolutely fine.
Keep left.
Yeah, Matt, I didn't realise it was on Taxi Sim was on Steam. Can you describe what kind of game it is? Like, does it look like arcadey? Does it look serious? What is it? Like, is it flight simulator level or is it bum simulator level? Oh, I nearly tipped it then. Taxi Sim's not for me, right? So it's one of those comical sims.
Keep left.
Oh god, it's a play-away game, is it really? So it's like bum simulator then. Mustard, thank you for 45 months. Keep on trucking, sir, thank you. What's Bum Simulator? It's actually on Steam, I think, as a pre-release. I'm not sure. You play the role of a tramp, and you just go around basically living on the streets, picking up stuff, robbing people, you know. I know we've already done one photo, but I feel like there's another one there. I don't know of any more content for Thief Simulator. Oh, those stupid lines. I have to go slightly forward just to get rid of those lines. Paul 112, welcome to the Net House. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for the nutty welcome, guys. The shot was actually slightly better back there. How many tons? 19. You're waiting for Pigeon Simulator so that you can hit and run on those suited humans. That'd actually be a fun game, particularly if you got bonus points for lawyers and things like that. Car park attendants, double points. In fact, if you suggest it to Playaway, they'll probably make it. You like my shirt? Thank you, Odyssey. Yeah, you might get extra points for Teslas as well. You get low points for Renaults though.
Keep left.
Tyler, thank you for 32. Hope you enjoyed your time in my part of the world this week. 3 hours if there's a minimum way to the border. Blimey.
Keep right. Then take the exit right. Take the exit right.
Maximum points for freshly washed cars. Yeah, exactly. If it's squeaky clean, maximum points. But there's bound to be eagles that can attack you. There's got to be some danger. But yeah, sounds like a solid game for Playway.
Take the exit right.
For Stay Away Games. They'd love that.
Take the exit right.
Yes, you could fly down and steal ice creams from kids.
Go straight on. Left turn ahead. Turn left.
Can you make a pigeon gang? I guess so. There's a mini sub bomb from Roadworks. Thank you, Roadworks. 5. Is that 5? 5 subs gifted. If you just got a sub gifted to you, it was from Roadworks. Please give me a thank you.
Welcome back.
3 new subs and 2 resubs.
You have reached your destination.
Welcome back. Nutter.
Watching paint dry sim. You don't need, just fire up golf sim instead. Lol.
Welcome to the Nut House. Welcome to the Nut House. Welcome to the
Would it be better than watching Love Island? I don't know. But next year you can watch 2 lots of it, can't you? Love Island. They've realised they're making loads of money, so why not make 2 lots a year?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
It's hard to see where you are with this trailer. I was slightly early, but we'll take it, Captain Flint.
Welcome back, Nutter.
You'd rather watch strictly strictly come fake dancing. What? Right, 22:55. Welcome back, Richie. Wow, we can't even pick anything up from here. That's weird. Let's head north. Looks like a nice road.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Turbine. Expires in 41 minutes. Uh-oh. I really want that turbine. Won't get there in 41 minutes. Lots of
Welcome
chance.
back, Nutter.
Mrs. Frosty, thank you for the sub bomb.
Nutter.
5 subs gifted, 4 resumes and 1 new sub. If you just got a sub, it was from Mrs. Frosty. Thank you very much, Mrs. Frosty.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Can we have some Strictly Come Lancing with medieval jousting? Suggest it's the BBC. So you've not been around much, that's fine. I know you've been busy. It's all good.
Welcome back,
Everybody gets IRL.
Nutter.
Ooh. There's no log in front of this trailer, so that's perfect.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Holy moly, Capstad. Look what you made me do. That's 10 subs from Capstead. Thank you very much, sir. Guys, if you get gifted a sub by someone who's obviously very generous, please remember to give them a thank you. They just give you a free month in the Nut House.
Welcome back.
Oh, you don't want to go. You don't want to go, bro, do you? What the heck? There's some weird hitbox shenanigans going on here. Very weird hitbox shenanigans going on. Yeah, I don't think that works, does it, Blackmark?
Welcome back, Nutter.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to. Well, that's easy to say, isn't it? Say something, and then if I do it, you just say, yeah, you wasn't supposed to do that. And if I don't do it, you go, well, I did suggest you did this. You can't lose, can you? Ooh, steering axle. Nice.
Welcome back.
Lower the tyre pressure. Lol. That's it.
Turn right.
Welcome to the Nut House.
I give you a tip, Blackmore. If you're kidding, put a capper at the end. How about that? The international language of, I'm not being serious.
Left turn ahead.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Turn left.
I like you, Kappa. Dave, I love you, Kappa.
Welcome to the Nut House.
You're doing an MVQ in what, Mrs. Frosty? Was what command remove? That's my best cut, that Bigfoot. Keep calm and have a kappa. Kappa tea? Let's have a look at the routage. Oh look, UK merge is absolutely fine, except when it's UK merged with RustMap. Interesting, good to know. So yeah, it was indeed RustMap that was breaking that. Let's take some of these little side roads. I want to go through Valamiera. Let's go that way. Yeah. Even as much as I'd love to go along that road though. We'll go that way. In fact, we might could cut back. See, no, because I've not been through that road. Let's leave it like that.
Left turn ahead. Turn left.
Your time has run out, Jaws.
Welcome to the nut
Has
house.
somebody put a pressured cylinder in your mouth? Bradbury, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the Net House. Best get yourself ready for the night shift, Dave. Alright, have a good one. Oh my god, 50. 50 down here.
Go straight on.
Come on, don't make me stop. Okay, let's stop. While the junction's clearly busy. Extra range reverse lights from the Steam Workshop. I'll look into that, thank you. I like how the trailer's red as well. Perfect. I have not downloaded iOS 13 yet, Mrs. Frosty. I generally, I like to wait for like 13.01. I like to wait for an update. I don't generally take the first major version. I just kind of wait a while and see if anybody else starts complaining about problems. A posh polo shirt. Dude, why is this a posh polo shirt? Oh, man. See you later, Mrs. Frosty. You should be a fan of 13. It made Siri tell me to watch you. Are you for real? Public Safety Den. How does that work? Did it like suddenly speak to you and say Squirrel's streaming or something? No, there are features in 13 that I really have been waiting for. Especially for the iPad Pro. Because with 13 you can, I think you can plug an SSD straight into the USB-C port on the Pro and read it, whereas before you couldn't. So there's things like quality of life upgrades. You're on iOS 9. Lol. Any thoughts on Amazon Echoes? I don't like.
Ahead.
I don't like always on microphones. Not a fan. One of the mods can give you the details of the wheel.
Turn left. Go straight on.
Welcome back, Mata.
Ron Pierce, welcome back.
Go straight on.
Yeah. I'm glad you stopped, because I wasn't going to stop.
Mata.
I just played chicken with a van driver, he lost.
Right turn ahead.
The anniversary. Mata.
November
Turn
Papa,
right.
thank you for 54 months. My daughter is playing the Untitled Goose Game while I watch Sunday Night Trucking. I think I made the better decision. Untitled Goose Game.
Anniversary. Mata.
Okay. Why are you going there, Dave? Say hi to Anthony when you go. Jappymon, thank you for 30 months. 30 already. Mods, can we just like ban the obvious troll, please? Thank you. It's way past his bedtime. I mean, with a name like that. What are we saying? Oh, we missed the train. Dang it.
Happy anniversary. Mata.
Floating Fat Man, thank you for 42 months. What does this button do? Puts the kettle on, that's what it does. Oh, and mods, when he comes back in about 3 minutes time on his new account, get ready. You can't ban me, I'm back. Bam.
Go around the roundabout, second exit.
Stay there. Oh my god, right. Come here, you. Come here, you.
Take the exit.
Just as well for you, you're turning away. I'd have rearranged the back end of that car. What's the point? Attention? It's the only way they can get attention. Not road range, I consider it more road teaching. It's always the Duster. I mean, even the name,
Go straight on.
the Dacia Duster.
Keep right.
Which really sounds like a cleaning tool.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Go straight on.
Imagine how annoying that would be. Failed Forest, thank you for 28 months.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Twy Christine, 38 months. Been wonderful every step of the way. Much love to the chat, mods, family, and yourself, Paul. And thank you for all you do. Thank you very much. I hope you're well.
Keep right. Then take the exit right. Take the exit right.
Me, troll, never. Even not to Pigman. Hey, we completely destroyed Pigman today. Totally destroyed Pigman. That was fun.
Happy anniversary.
The best bit when we were like going through his cards at the end, and I said, "Come on, get a king," and he pulled a king. That was, you couldn't write that. That was brilliant.
Welcome back.
Go around the roundabout, second exit.
And then we managed to put the coach in the water and get the truck stuck on the bridge. Andy Drew, welcome back.
Take the exit.
Sharpie, thanks for 11. Almost on a year, sir. Now, the best part about when we destroyed Pigman was Dave Libido getting freaked out by the guy converting to a pig. He was like, yeah, you could tell it genuinely freaked him out.
Cup of tea?
Yes, please. A minute silent for Pigman. Lol. Dave, when you go to sleep tonight, you know what you're going to be dreaming about, don't you? It's not going to be that trip to Asus tomorrow. It's going to be Pigman walking around on all fours. Eating a kebab.
Happy anniversary.
Go around the roundabout, second exit.
Heapster. Thanks for 56. Has the purple button again. No spoilers about Mice and Macau.
Take
Wasn't
the
in the
exit.
stream. Well, all I can say, Andy, it was a fun one. What happens if you lose the bet? Well, when you make the bet, you're betting your car, your Satsuma against his car. So, what do you think happens if you lose? Likewise, you'll bet
Go around
your
the
parents'
roundabout,
house against your
second
house.
exit. Take the exit.
Did you enjoy Secret Trip Away? I did. I did not enjoy the flight. At all. They're all back.
Keep right.
I did not enjoy the jet lag, the horrible jet lag, but I enjoyed the secret event, which I will be able to talk about after the end of September. Well, Zarek, I flew British Airways back in 2015. When I first went to TwitchCon, the very first TwitchCon, I flew BA. And when I came back from that, that was a 747 economy. When I came back from that, I was like, I am not flying economy long haul ever again. Like, the legroom is horrendous. But this time, I didn't book the ticket, so I didn't have a choice over it. And they picked BA economy on a 777. But it wasn't so much the legroom, which was pretty bad as usual. It was just like the BA staff. They were just like unbelievable. Like the very first woman that I encountered at BA was the one just before the check-in desk, where there's like a bunch of screens where you print your tickets off. And I'd also been given was like this piece of paper with like a booking reference on, which I went over to the machine and put the booking reference in, and it just said, not found. So I turned to her and said, I need to print my tickets off, and I started showing her the thing, and she said, yeah, just put your booking reference in. So I said, yeah, I have. I said, it's this one here, right, booking reference. I said, I've put it in. So I put it in again, and it said, not found. She went, oh, well, just put your surname in. And then started walking off, like she didn't try to help in any way. She was such, like, she's the customer service front line, and her entire job is to help people print their tickets off, and she was the most moody, unhelpful person. I was like, did you actually hate your job? Why are you even working here? You clearly don't want to be here. And that was my very first, and it just, from then on, it just carried on. Like the check-in desk people were just like, didn't smile once, just, there you go. I've got your heaviest bag, yeah, put it there, yeah. It's like, what is going on? And then you get on the plane. Nobody on the plane was smiling. They were all like moody, unhelpful people. Every time they bring drinks around, they'd run out of tea when they got to me, and then they'd come back and miss me out. They'd start like 2 rows further down. I had to like literally go, can I have some tea? And they went, there you go. And no word of a lie, when she poured me a cup of tea, she poured about 2/3 in the cup out of a sort of a strop. It was, honestly, I've never had an experience like that on planes. It was unreal. So yeah, when I got the next day, I had an email from BA saying, how was your trip? I was like, okay. So I clicked on it, and I took like 15-20 minutes out of my life and gave them a review. And I told them everything I thought about them and everything that went wrong. And then at the end it said, do you want to link this to your actual name so we know who you are and give you feedback? I went, yes.
Go straight on.
That way they can find the flight number, they can look at the roster and see who was working there if they want to. But yeah, I was like, I ain't flying BA economy again unless I absolutely have to. Like, there's no other option. So I just gave them both barrels. Thought, well, if you don't want the feedback, if you don't listen to the feedback, that's your problem. And if you do, you've got problems. I think part of it is, in economy, like, if you imagine the roster of people, the cabin crew, they probably put the best staff on first class, business class, and premium economy in that order. And then basically what you end up with in economy is probably like the worst of the staff. Because that's how you'd want to roster things, yeah? If you was the manager, that's how you'd do it. You'd put all the most helpful, friendly staff up on first class and business class because you don't want complaints from them. And everybody else, you'd shove on economy. But they are so far behind. Like, I flew Virgin Atlantic and didn't have anything like that problem. Capstad, thank you very much for 1100 bits. This, there is the video on YouTube called Air Afrikaans. It's a comedy sketch where the air stewards are really rude to everyone on the plane. Reminds me of that. Look,
Go
Capstad,
round the roundabout, second exit.
there was, on the flight back, get this, on the flight back,
Take
the guy
exit.
who was serving our area was so incredibly rude with people, I just couldn't believe it. There was one bit, there was a woman in my row, and she was clearly an American flying to London, right? And he came round and he said, "Would you like any drinks, madam?" Like, literally like this, in a kind of a, "Would you like any drinks, madam?" Like that. And she went, "Can I get some water?" And he went, "I'm sorry, we don't have any water. We only have water. We're British Airways." He literally said that to her, and I was like, wow.
Go round the roundabout,
I was
second
waiting for
exit.
her to just... I was waiting for her to kick off. I really was, and she didn't. Yeah, no, this is no word of a lie. This is what he said. And she went, "I'm sorry, can I have some water?" And he went, "Certainly, madam." And gave her some water. It was like, are you serious? I don't even... Yeah, I was actually lost for words. If I'd have been her, I would have absolutely tore into this guy.
Left
Oh, and
turn,
the best bit was, yeah, just after that, that was the main meal, if I remember, and just after that, then we went to sleep, and then, and the kind of, honestly, the worst possible breakfast you've ever known in your entire life. It was some kind of a croissant thing with cheese in it that was just disgusting. It was actually disgusting. And there was a bit where, I'm trying to think now, he came round, oh yeah, that was it. He came round, and there was a guy sat opposite who's a vegetarian, right? And he came round and he said, would you like the chicken? Would you like the chicken or would you like the cheese sandwich?" And he said, "Can I have cheese, please?" And this bloke went, "Are you sure, sir? The chicken's much better. The cheese tastes like plasticine." And he went, "Well, I'm a vegetarian." And he went, "Oh, okay, well, cheese it is," and put it down. I was like, this, if I was filming this, the BA management would be blown away by what I was seeing. If this is, like, I've seen the BA training. If this is how their cabin crew end up, something's gone wrong. Something like describing their own food as plasticine as they give it to the passengers. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, that's why at the end of it, I was like, I ain't flying BA. Slip Person, welcome back. Monsieur Fluffy, thank you for 1.5 years. Hi everyone, sorry I've been on for long. I'm doing my basic military qualification at the Royal Canadian Air Force. 5 weeks in, finally got my first weekend off. Sir, good luck. Good luck. No problem. Thank you for staying sub, Monsieur Fluffy. Yeah, British Airways, not British Airlines, British Airways. Oh, well, there's a bunch of things like they were asking us, how would you rate this out of 10? You know, extremely dissatisfied, extremely satisfied. There's a bunch of things like cabin crew, and I was like, 2. And then put comments in about why. Wow, silent train for the win. Gary Cream and Jimmy Hat, welcome to the Nut House, guys. Appreciate the support. Thank you for the sub. Dave, the thing is, Dave, all the premium economy would have given me is more legroom, which I would have appreciated, and probably slightly better food, which wasn't absolutely dire. But the cabin crew and the staff themselves, Dave, were the real problem. They were the real problem. The number of times I just forgotten when they were bringing things round was hilarious. No, you don't pay for meals on BA economy. If you've watched that documentary on BA, they've said, like, they don't do that on economy. On long haul, you always get stuff.
Go around the roundabout, second exit. Take the exit.
I don't know, there's just something about... I think it's a culture problem. There's something very aloof about the staff. It's really weird. Don't get me wrong, they weren't all like some of them were quite smiley, one or two of them. But even then, there was just things happening that just made me go... There was like, obviously a young cabin crew girl, and you could see she was uncomfortable at times with this guy just mouthing off about plasticine sandwiches and telling people how to pronounce water. You could tell she was just like going, this is not comfortable, but he was obviously superior to her, so she just didn't say anything.
Left turn ahead.
Yoshi, why?
Turn left.
Better off with a good old British rail sandwich.
Left turn ahead. Turn left.
Well, let me tell you, that sandwich that we got on the morning as breakfast, I think I took 2 bites and just left the whole thing.
Right turn ahead.
You got that and a strawberry flavoured, like, breakfast bar thing.
Turn right.
Which is the only edible thing though, which I ate. And a cup of tea. It was the worst breakfast ever. Wasn't even funny.
Left turn ahead.
How can you mess up a cheese sandwich? Just make it smell.
Turn left.
Have the texture of... I mean, I'm not saying the guy who described the plasticine was wrong. He wasn't. It was like plasticine. But for a BA cabin staff to say that is just... I don't think that's on. But yeah, it was awful. I don't, honestly, to Christine, I don't think they cared. I genuinely don't think they cared. It was like some of these people clearly just hated their job or hated the company or both. It was almost like they pressed the self-destruct button. What's plasticine? It's like Play-Doh, that kind of thing.
Go straight on.
Being corrected on pronunciation isn't uncommon. You've been lazy with good English. You just can't, like, do that when you're speaking to customers, paying customers. You can't. All the people in there had spent a lot of money flying, even the economy. You can't just treat them like that. And in any event, even if you hate the company, right? Even if the company's been treating you badly, you can't treat customers like that. At the end of the day, the customers are still people. And you can't just offload your personal problems onto them just by treating them like that. It's wrong on every level. Well, Zugwig, if they don't, you know, if they don't change, they're going to struggle. There's no doubt about it.
Go around the roundabout, third exit.
But yeah, you used to have the Concorde and used to have like the best food and the best service. Like they had the best of everything, and something has gone so very badly wrong. They need new management, they need a culture change, they need training, they need a lot of stuff needs fixing. What is your job, Capstead?
Go straight
Night
on.
Owl, welcome back. I don't know, Cuzzy. I don't know. If you, I mean, if it did, Cuzzy, then you could basically start paying these people another $5 a year and they'd suddenly start behaving differently. I doubt it.
Take the exit.
Night Owl, 27 months.
Second exit.
Not much for chat, but still thanks for still streaming. You're welcome. No problem lurking. There's been a severe drop in Canadian Airlines as well. It's been in the news a few times.
Go straight on.
People being bumped from flights with no compensation and worse. Considering how much of a competitive market it is, you'd think that they'd have to do the absolute best in the way they treat people. But the experience I had was so bad that it's just put me off flying with them completely. I don't know, Rockery, you might be able to change it to that voice pack on Google Maps, maybe? Hello, Mrs. Arsenic, how are you doing? I was just discussing British Airways and how horrible they are. Until a few months ago, we didn't have an airline passenger bill of rights. What's that? Thomas Cook, yeah, I think Thomas Cook are going to go bust. I can't see the government pulling them out of it. So then they've then got to get 150,000 people back home. Well, if you want to know what they did, just wind the stream back about 20 minutes.
Happy anniversary, Nata.
Rowan, thank you for 6 months. You're the best. Thanks for everything. Thank you for the support, Rowan. Uh-oh, 50. You broke your elbow. Oh, man. What did you do? Let me guess, you fell over and landed like that. Oh boy, I bet that hurts. And you can't put a cast on an elbow, can you? Have you just got it in a sling? I think that's all you can do for an elbow, if I remember. Yeah, Thomas Cook need like 200 million to keep them going, or if they let them go bust, they're going to have to spend 100 million bringing the passengers back. Hopefully BA are better now since we've got 16 flying to Vegas in February and scared of flying. They're not... BA are not better, dude. In fact, I'd say they're worse than they were when I first flew with them. No, Thomas Cook is nothing to do with Brexit. Thomas Cook has been suffering for years. It has like 20,000 staff or something. It has a load of high streets and they've not moved to the digital platform properly. So they've got huge overheads. fell off your front doorstep and landed on your forearm. On the plus side, you got a few weeks off work. Yeah, but it's the pain, isn't it? No, there's no compensation. The compensation paid by insurance, I think. What do they call it? The ABTA. I think they pay that. But you've got to fly all these people home. No, it's not going to cost 600 to get them home, Emma. It's going to cost 100 million, I think. That's the number I heard quoted on the radio. It was like 200 million to bail them out, or 100 million to get everybody home. The real problem is, though, if they put 200 million in now, and then in 6 months' time, they're struggling again, what's the government going to do then? If the business model is broken, it's going to be broken in 12 months. Unless they completely sack a load of people and come in and just try and rescue the whole thing properly. Yeah, they basically have to airlift them. Like, the government just has to provide somehow. It could be military planes, it could be whatever. They just have to get them home. It's a shame, because I really like the Thomas Cook livery on the planes. It looks really nice. It's one of the better ones. Do you know what? I've flown EasyJet and the staff are really nice. I've flown Ryanair and the staff were just, like, I wouldn't say they weren't nice. They were reasonably nice, but they looked sad. It's hard to describe. It's as if they really wanted to try hard to be really nice, but it's as if their company wasn't treating them well. That's how it looked. But EasyJet, yeah, they were fine.
Go around the roundabout, first exit. Take the exit.
We just got back from Mexico on the Dreamliner. Dreamliner's a great plane to fly on.
Go around the roundabout, second exit.
It's so smooth, so quiet, and the aircon is nowhere near as dry.
Take the exit.
And they can give you a better pressure in the cab because of the composite frame. So it's just a lovely plane to fly on. But the only one thing I don't like about the Dreamliner is it automatically tints your windows at night, and you can't, like, on a normal plane you can lift the blinds up and start, or is it morning yet? You know, you can do that, but on the Dreamliner it's just tinted windows and it's all controlled centrally. But annoyingly, it never untints the windows in the morning, so you're looking outside thinking, I'm sure the sun should have been up by now.
Go straight on.
It's already up, but the windows are so tinted that you can't tell. So you end up having to untint it yourself manually.
Right turn.
I hated Ryanair ever since we were stranded 23 hours 2 years ago. Wow. Oh yeah, cuzzy. I mean, the only time I fly Ryanair is if there's nobody else can do that flight. But I don't fly with them out of choice. I've never flown Norwegian. I do want to try Norwegian. I think Norwegian do a premium economy. And since they only have economy and premium economy, basically premium economy is the best they have. I'd like to try it to see what it's like. Well, Gary, it depends what the delay was about, doesn't it? I mean, I've been delayed with EasyJet, but it's because the plane was faulty. I've been delayed with Virgin Atlantic because the plane was faulty. In both cases, I had to wait an extra 90 minutes and 2 hours.
Take the exit right.
You can't blame them for that. So it depends what the delay cause is.
Left turn ahead.
Yeah, Virgin Atlantic has economy, premium economy, and then like a business class. It has 3, I think, whereas BA has 4.
Turn left.
No, never seen any problems, physicist. It's been fine for me. We played around with all the options and it didn't crash. Maybe a mod conflict, possibly?
Turn left.
Wait, what? Oh boy. That sucks. Caught the trailer on the outside. Norwegian's Dreamliner Premium is superb. Interesting.
Left turn ahead.
It's the fact that they wouldn't give us our bags back so that we could go home, so we're stuck in the terminal. That's what cheesed you off. Yeah, now that I can understand. That's definitely down to them.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Capstad flew with Norwegian last year in economy premium to Croatia and the staff are so friendly. Yeah, I had no problems with the Virgin Atlantic staff. But I've never tried Norwegian. So Night Owl, thank you for 27 months. I'm not sure if I missed your message or not, but thank you for 27. I got a feeling I did.
Right turn ahead.
I was watching a film on the plane. It was called The 12th Man. Has anybody seen it?
Turn right.
It's a Norwegian film, so it was all in Norwegian
You have
with
reached
English
your
subtitles.
destination.
And it was like it's a World War II set film. There's like 12 Norwegian soldiers are trained by the British Army, go on a mission in Norway to destroy some German installations, and they get caught. Apart from the 12th man, the last guy. Sorry, the film is set in World War II. Yeah, it's on Netflix. 12th Man it's called. It's well worth a watch, because it's almost all factually true. So when you watch what happens, it's just unbelievable. The stuff this guy goes through is amazing. But if you don't like reading subtitles, then it's very annoying. It's from the area where it happened. Yeah. It's a good film, if you like that kind of stuff. Oh, Chernobyl's a great TV series. I'm going to watch Chernobyl again. What the heck is going on with this trailer? Not really. What? What the heck's going on? There's no glove here. This thing doesn't want to... Finally! Jeez, they're picky. Sorry, Captain Flint. But it was like a real pain, that one. They wanted it exactly lined up. Yeah, so it's about his struggle trying to evade capture. I don't want to say any more, but it's a good movie. 49 minutes late. I took a massive detour. What's wrong with these people? Oh, we're almost level 111. So we got from here. We're late because we took a big detour. Trying to, there's a town there, look, I've not been to. Trying to pick up some of the roads I've not been down. This place has a lot of jobs coming. Ooh, that looks fun. Might take that, but then go the really long way. It'd be super late. Wow, look at the color of these. That's amazing. Top of laps is one for drive. This is the way I want to go, but the only perfect like route is that one. That's a perfect route, but with a really boring trailer. Is this a new shirt? Yep, it's a brand new shirt. You see what it says? See that? I've got a dark blue one as well.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
So if we go that way around, there's no road that way. So I'd have to go all the way along here. Sucks. I'm gonna have to take this. Very posh shirt. Bocan, thank you for 4 months. So we should do something with my life. What?